Hello everyone, welcome back to another brand new episode of Review. Today we are going to be taking a look at an OG Trident. So let's get started. First and foremost, you're probably noticing a big change, and that is my hair. Yes, I had it cut. I was kind of tired of both taking care of my long hair and being called a girl on some occasions. So, yeah, let's, get rid of that and get aside that because today we have a pretty special episode because I've kind of noticed that I've been doing live blades frequently. And I know that not everyone in the Battlesong community likes to flip live blades or is comfortable enough to flip them. So today's episode is going to be on a trainer, specifically this Squid Industries Trident. Not Trident, not Triton, Trident. This is in fact a different knife. So I'm going to hate to get fingerprints on this anno. But anyways, this is the Squid Industries Trident. And essentially what this is the first rendition of what is now the Triton. As you can see, the blade is a bit different. It's not the tanto like the Triton is. It's sort of a dagger, and it's very symmetrical. And because of that, I like it a lot. And this one just hit me the right way. I really, really like how it looks. It's very symmetrical, and I love it because of that. I like symmetrical knives. If a knife is symmetrical and is not odd in any way, or too over flashy, it's very good. The anno is done by me. It's a two-tone or dual-tone bronze and blue on the sides there, which is very fun. So if you want to have some anodizing fun on your own knife, you can hit me up on my Instagram at _.banzo._, and we can work out a deal or something because I'm trying to do new things every single day. I'm trying to do new dual tones every day. Let's hope, for God's sake. But anyways, if you want some anodizing done, you can just hit me up there. So that's kind of both an announcement in this review. But anyways, let's get started off with some of the main things you need to know about this knife. First things first, when this did go on retail, it went on retail for $90, which is, well, not the specific version, but it went on retail for $90. Originally, these did have aluminum sandwich construction handles that had press-fit Zen pins. I do have those handles, but one of them has a bit of a problem. You can probably see in one of the videos that I have in this video that one of the press-fit Zen pins isn't exactly press-fit anymore. One of the handles decided to basically separate itself from the Zen pin, which is kind of why I think the person went to Turbo Jackalope to get these titanium re-handles. Yes, titanium on a Trident. Not many people actually think of that combination, mostly because it's kind of odd, but anyways, for those of you who don't know who Turbo Jackalope is, he's a cool little fellow who has a nice looking dog, and he also does titanium re-handles, which is what he's best known for. The knife that he's well known for is the Turbones. Everyone really goes to him for that, but essentially what he does is he takes a knife and remakes the handles, or makes the handles in his own fashion to suit it for proper flipping performance, and makes those handles out of the best material ever, mother frickin' titanium. And this is exactly what he done here. But he didn't just slap blocks of titanium to the handles. No, like the original sandwich handles, he also made them sandwich. So, not just that either, he also milled out a little bit of titanium on the inside there. You can kind of see that in some of the close-ups I have. But titanium, I believe it's grade 5 or grade 4. So it definitely does put out good annos for that sake, and it's also titanium. But the one thing that keeps these bolted together are the new screw-in Zen pins to kind of help against press fit problems, and these spacer weights here, which are the OG spacer weights from the original handles, that is sort of in the similar fashion of what they do with the Makos now. So yeah, also this is running on Zen pins, as I said before, and oh god, that's a huge Zen pin nipple. This is an OG Zen pin nipple that you can probably remember from my old Squid 2.5. It had a very similar Zen pin nipple, And since then, Squid Industries has ditched this Zen pin nipple due to a lot of pinching complaints. Personally, since I flipped as 2.5 squid trainer before, I kind of gotten used to this, and I kind of knew what to expect with the Zen pin nipple, so I'm not really getting pinched as much as I did when I first got my 2.5 squid trainer. But there are some of the complications that come with this knife, like this squid trainer did, that being, it isn't as comfortable. A lot of the things that are now chamfered aren't chamfered on this knife. For example, nowadays if you find a Trident or a squid trainer, the spine will be chamfered or crowned, and that is not the case here. It is just flat on the top, which definitely could be uncomfortable for some people. The choil over here, when you feel it, it's not really that sharp, which is good because maybe that was taken into some consideration. So yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing. In fact, if you flip this thing for too long, your finger might get a little raw, but if you don't care about that, then it really shouldn't matter. Another thing is the bottoms of the handles aren't really chamfered as much as the newer Tritons, but these are rehandles, and personally they aren't as sharp as the OG aluminum handles that I have. You can see in some of the close-ups there that the OG handles aren't really in the best condition, and that's mostly because of the material that they use, which is 6061 aluminum, which is a welding aluminum, which means that it's very soft and not as durable as some of the other things that they use in like the Krakens or the Nautilus. Speaking of which, 7075 aluminum is what they use in the Kraken and Nautilus, and 661 is kind of the reason why they keep their prices low. The original Trident came with the obviously sandwich aluminum handles, which kept the price at $90. The Trident, since it's channel aluminum, is just bumped up to 110 to 120, depending on if you get the anodizing along with it. And personally, let's go on to flipping, because this is kind of where this thing puts itself on the map. This is a pretty good trainer for flipping. One of the better ones that I personally flipped. However, I have not flipped a lot of things. I did flip a Nautilus one time, and that was pretty good. And personally, I would probably say the Nautilus is a little better than this when it comes to flipping. It may just be because it's super light compared to this. But I really like how this thing flips. It's pretty neutral to me, but it has like a hint of handle bias to it. This is kind of where it stands on the little balance scale. Again, it's kind of neutral with a hint of blade handle bias. I can't really talk. Sometimes I have issues with talking, but other than that, it's a pretty good flipper. It's very smooth. It's on pivots and washers, which means the tolerances aren't going to be ideal, but to keep the price low, that's sort of what they have to do. And you know, the trainer blade is a trainer blade. It's not that sharp, but one thing that is cool about the trainer blade is the design, which also helps make it a distinct ring. You can kind of hear a ring in there. I don't know if you can pick that up, but there's a ring there. Speaking of sound profile, that's what I meant to say. See what I mean by me having issues? Anyways, the sound profile of this knife is actually pretty interesting. It's sort of a mishmash of like everything. It has hollow bassy noises and solid thumps, and it also has the high-end tings and rings that you would expect from the Trident. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I had to give this a score, I would probably say maybe a 7.9. I really think this would have definitely gotten up to a 9 if the comfort issues weren't there, if the things like the spine wasn't a problem, or the Zen pin nipple didn't pinch, or the occasional rawness of the fingers didn't happen. But if that was the case, I still would probably put it up to like an 8.9 or something, possibly 8.8. But anyways, for a score right now, it's a 7.9 out of 10. If you want to see some more videos and possibly some sound tests of this knife, they will be on my Instagram at banzo.__, which is an interesting name, but I wanted to change it because I didn't like Banzo flips anymore. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.